Hello, hello. Welcome to episode 4 of Elevate Your Life Podcast. I am your host, Monique Arbagon. I am so thrilled that you have chosen to spend this time to share this time with me. Here in episode 4, we are going to talk about the things that helped me recommit to my health and wellness goals and to see results, to stay committed, to stay consistent. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. There's a reason why I decided to talk about this at this point in time. We are now in the second week of the new year of 2023. And if you, like most people, have recommitted to some health and wellness goals in the beginning of the year, you now might be hitting a point in your journey where you feel like you want to revert back to where you were before, where you kind of like sliding off a little bit, maybe not showing up as frequently or consistently. Maybe that's in your nutrition, maybe that's in your fitness and how you're working out, or maybe that's how you're taking care of yourself mentally and spiritually. And so I wanted to share with you a few things that I think will help you along the way. And these are things that have helped me along the way, specifically in the latter end of last year of 2022. Just a little bit of a backstory. I am a mom of 3, if this is your first time here. And I have a 6-year-old boy, a 4-year-old boy, and a almost 21-month-old girl. Before I got pregnant with my last child, I was feeling amazing in my body. I was feeling so good. I remember I actually took a picture of myself like, wow, I have come a long way. I feel great. I'm proud of myself. I feel like how I want to feel in my body. And I had no clue I was pregnant when I took that picture. And so when I found out I took my picture, I was like, no, they're taking my body away from me again. And I really felt defeated. I felt so defeated in my health and wellness journey. And happy that I have this beautiful baby girl now. And at the same time, like, I just felt like there's just so much for me to do, so many people to take care of, so much of me to give that there wasn't enough room and space for me. And so that's one of the things that I wanted to share with you is we can be on the go, 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 especially if you're a mom or a parent or some type of caregiver and you're really giving of yourself, or you can even be a coach or have a service-based business and you're giving of yourself, or you could have low self-worth, low self-love, and you are seeking for other people to give things to you that you in truth really are capable of giving yourself. And so when I realized and really drunk in this medicine of there is room and space enough here for me, that was a complete shift, because I was living from a place internally of there's not enough room for me, there's not enough time for me, I can't be in my fullest expression, I can't be in my bigness. And this story isn't just about like this event of me having the privilege of taking care of 3 little ones. But this is a story that has continued from my childhood. And so it's conditioning. And when we have conditioning, we apply that same conditioning to each and every event until we become aware and until we heal. And so, that was such a game changer in the seeing, like, once I began to believe and to know that it is safe for me to be in my fullest, it is safe for me to be in my full height. For me to be in my full height is for me to be healthy and to be well and to be not only healthy physically, but also to be healthy emotionally and mentally and spiritually. There's room enough in my life as I am, as a mom, as a wife. There's space for me here, and I want to let you know that there's space for you as well. There's space for you in your life. It's your life. It's your life. And once you begin to move from that place, you will begin to see where you can plug yourself here, you can plug yourself here, you can plug yourself in here. Many opportunities will come up where you can say, oh, I can use this time for myself. Oh, I can use this time for meditation. Oh, I can use this time for exercise. Oh, I can use this time to make me a delicious nutrient dense meal. Oh, I can use this time to walk in nature. Oh, I actually have my little one with me now, but both of us can be filled and nourished and nurtured by playing and by having fresh air and getting vitamin D or the sunlight on our skin to up our vitamin D levels. And so there, once you shift the beliefs and the stories that you're telling yourself in your mind, that will automatically shift your behaviors, and your behaviors is what creates your outcomes. And the other thing that that really helped was seeing the value in prioritizing myself. And I know that this can be very difficult for those of us who are caregivers, who are parents, and we really want to give our all to our little ones. And we've been conditioned to do that. We've been conditioned to do that. How is it possible for you to be an even better parent, an even better caregiver, an even better service provider, or what have you, if you have already given to yourself? If you're coming to your community from a place of overflow and they get your overflow instead of your empty cup, because you show up differently. I show up differently versus when I am like, okay, I'm going to wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is for somebody else. And then as I make that first decision to do something for somebody else, and then do add another decision for somebody else, and then do add another action for somebody else, and my tank is already like, I didn't even fill myself up in the morning. And that's when you get irritable. That's when you get grumpy. That's when you get impatient. But if you have poured into yourself and done something that actually deeply fulfills you on a cellular level, then you can truly give from a place of love, from a place of overflow. You can do it by being with patience. You can do it with empathy and compassion. And so I encourage you to see the value in prioritizing yourself. The next thing that helped me along my journey in really taking care of myself as a mother of three, as a caregiver, is reconnecting with my why. Now, when I was a mom of two, I had a completely different why. Completely different why. I remember my why. My why was to have energy for my kiddos, because I had two boys and they were like, and I didn't have the energy. And so I saw the value in me having energy. I saw how me working out gave me energy. I saw how me taking different supplements gave me energy. I saw how me eating a nutrient dense meal gave me energy. And so I did those things for energy so that I can show up in the way that I felt proud of. Now, as a mom of three, my desires have changed. That why no longer drives me. And I don't know why. And I don't need to know why. But what has really helped me reconnect with like a greater why is that last year I started to have like hip pain, and And I wasn't working out at the time. I started to have a lot of hip pain, and it was both hips. And I'd also had like a shoulder pain on my left shoulder. And I remember mid-year, I went to see my parents, and I was thinking, if they really would benefit from like some physical therapy, and just thinking about like, how they've aged and how I desire to age, and how I know the power of movement, and um, how I want to be when I am their age. And so, and I also knew that me moving would remove the pain that I was feeling in my hips and in my shoulder. I am a strong believer of movement. I've seen the power of movement. It is so powerful. I am a former Pilates instructor, and so I've seen people get out of back pain just from exercise and movement. I've seen my dad shift in his physicality and recouping from a stroke just from movement. So I know how movement is a miracle. And so I was like, Monique, you are almost 40, boo. You are almost 40. You need to get to moving. And so I reconnected to, and listen, a lot of the times our goals come out like this. I don't want to be old and crippled when I get older. I don't want to have physical ailments when I become a certain age. I don't want this and I don't want that. And I want to say that it's okay that what's driving you is something that's moving you away from something that you don't want. But, not but, and to notice that you're setting a goal from a place of moving away from something, and you want to shift that to moving towards what you want, because studies have shown that you will stick with it for longer. Okay, so yes, it came to me as I don't want to be old and crippled when I get a certain age. I want to feel strong and flexible, and I want to be full of vitality and full of energy and mobility when I am older. I want to be able to run and play with my grandchildren if my children decide to have children. That's what I want. So shift it into something that you truly desire. Once you figure out what you don't want, it's important to know what you don't want, and then find out from that place what you do want. The next thing that really helps me, once you recommit to your goals and you start to take action, and oftentimes you will find that you might not keep the schedule that you had planned. Maybe you plan to work out Monday through Friday, and then maybe you did that the first week, and now we're in the second week, and by Wednesday you're like, oh, let me take a break. And so you don't work out that Wednesday, and then you maybe you even felt good about taking that break on Wednesday, but then Thursday rolled around and you were like, man, I probably shouldn't have taken that break yesterday, but now I still want to take a break, and I'm not going to do it today. And then Friday rolls around and you're like, oh, I didn't work out Wednesday or Thursday. I just plummeted on my goals. I fell off the wagon. I'll start again. I'll start all over next week. Don't start all over next week. Don't start all over. I'm going to say it again. Don't start all over. Why? Because you didn't fall off the wagon. Why? Because that didn't end. It's just a continuation of you on your path. It's simply a continuation. Just do it the next day, or do it. You just do it. Don't wait until the Monday. Don't wait until next year. Just get back on. So what that looks like for me is I worked out like Monday. Okay. One Monday I can't remember exactly which month, but I worked out Monday. I found the time to do that as a stay-at-home mom. And then I didn't find the time Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then I was like, oh, Saturday, I worked out on Saturday. I did not beat myself up for quote unquote missing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I just was like, oh, here's an opportunity. Here's a Saturday. Oh, here's another opportunity. Here's a Sunday. Oh, guess what? Here's another opportunity. Here's a Monday. And this rolls me into my next tip, is to release what you think the journey should look like. Release what you think the journey should look like, because I was stuck because I was like, I have to work out Monday through Friday at the same time every day. It has to, well, not the same time, but like time reference, like morning. It had to be in the morning. I can't do it any other time. I'm unwilling. But once I released that I needed to do something the same time, the same way, the same day, and I was okay with what was available to me, this is what it ended up looking like. On Mondays, I have a babysitter. Once I come back and the babysitter comes in, I work out. On Tuesdays, I have a babysitter. The same thing happens. On Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, I don't have a babysitter and I don't have an opportunity to work out in the mornings. So what do? I put my little girl down for her afternoon nap, and after she's down, I do my workouts Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. On Saturday, I was expecting to work out, but it didn't happen. I was caught up in family life. I didn't beat myself up, but guess what? Sunday rolled around and I was like, hey, I'm here. I'm ready. And so release what you think it should look like, especially if you're watching people on social media and you perceive their life to be a certain way and you think that your life should look like theirs. No. Be open to what is available to you and how your life is uniquely designed for you. And also know that you are the captain of your ship. You get to decide what your life looks like. I just wanted to leave that with you. Hope those tips helped. Thank you so much for being here with me. I am excited and happy that we shared this time together. Okay, bye for now.